Dr. C here. So now we're going to start with our trial 1 of our experiment. And so on our data sheet, it says to fill a large tub of water and then record the temperature of the water for your data sheet. And so I already got us a big tub of water. And so we can just zoom in here and get our temperature. All right, so you should have that. Okay, the next thing says to submerge 100 ml graduated cylinder in the water and make sure there's no air bubbles in the cylinder. So it's similar to what we did last week in the lab. We don't want any air bubbles in our container because we're trying to collect the gas in here. And so if we have air bubbles, and it's not just gonna be the pure gas that we're collecting. So just dump it in. And I dump it in kind of like at an angle, so if there's any air bubbles, see kind of how it bubbled, it'll come out. And then I could just leave him in there. So he's in there, just kind of laying down, chilling. Now we want to immerse the Bic lighter in the water, and then we're going to take it out, shake it, and blot it. The reason we're going to dump it in is because there's probably some little holes in here that are going to fill with water. And so if we're going to use the mass of it, we want those little holes to be full of water before and after, because that's how we want to make sure the difference isn't water, but the difference is the amount of gas that was released. So just kind of dip it in, shake it around a little bit in the water, make sure it's getting all watered up, and then take it out, shake it. You get to play with, well, you guys don't get to play with water because y'all aren't going to be here, but 2 weeks of nice water activities. Okay. So you want to dry it, want to be careful that I don't dry it too much. Okay, make sure my hand is dry. And I've got on my scale over here, I'm going to zero it out. I'm going to weigh my lighter. Okay, so now that you have that, now we're gonna do the actual experiment. So I have my lighter and I have my graduated cylinder. So what I need to do is I need to hold the cylinder upside down and keep the mouth of the cylinder below the surface so that no air gets in. Then I'm gonna take my lighter and I'm gonna put it underneath the mouth of the graduated cylinder. And when I turn the lighter on, when I depress it, you're not gonna see a flame because it's underwater, but I should start seeing some gas bubbles get into my graduated cylinder because the gas is gonna fill up. Just like last time, the gas will fill up and it's gonna go down until I get to 90. Okay, so get ready, I come down, I gotta make sure I'm underneath. So I can pick it up a little bit, but I wanna make sure that this is underneath my cylinder. I don't want anything escaping otherwise. It takes a little bit of skill, and then I just open it up, and there we go. So you saw 1 or 2 bubbles that were not in the graduated cylinder. That was from just pressing the bottom of the lighter onto the, just pressing the little plastic press button. I don't know what you call that. That was not the gas escaping. So if you should see pretty decently sized big bubbles, those are the big bubbles of the gas escaping. So we're not gonna make you sit here torturously watching me do 90 mils, but we're going to do this until I get down to 90 mils with the graduated cylinder, and then we'll stop. So in the next video, we'll be there.